Hello friends, my name is Sarang. So today we'll be seeing how to do a fine-grained role-based access control with Cognito. So I'd like to explain you this concept by taking one example. Let's say you have two users, admin user and a sub-admin user. So the admin user will have access to all the resources or APIs in the application, whereas the sub-admin user will have access to only few APIs in the application. Okay, so why are we doing this distinction over here is because we need a fine-grained access given to the users because based on their role they should get the permissions in the application. Okay, so we can also logically group these users based on the groups that we can create in the Cognito. So I'll give you an example. Let's say the Cognito has a concept of groups. Okay, so what we can do is we can create one group called admin group, and we can create a group called sub admin groups. Okay, so what we can do is we can logically create a group and add all the admin users into this admin group and all the sub-admin users into a sub-admin group. Okay, and we can provide the access. And how we can provide the access here is we have to attach one IAM role to this group where the role would have all the level of access that we need to give to this admin user when it added to this admin group. Okay, so this IAM role would have, let's say, access to all APIs of DynamoDB. Okay, and this sub-admin group would have a IAM role that would have access to, let's say, scan APIs of DynamoDB. Okay, and you can further create so many groups you want. Let's say there is a developer group, okay, where you will add one developer user, and you can also create a tester group where you will add all the tester users into this tester group. Okay, the Cognito group is same as IAM groups where you create an IAM user and add those IAM user into a group. You logically first create the groups and then based on the IAM user role, you add those IAM user into those IAM groups. Okay, the same goes with the Cognito group group also. So basically what you do is uh, before the admin or any user gets into the platform, we will create a group and we will add those user into those groups. Okay, this concept is nothing but a fine-grained role-based access control where by seeing the role of that user, we will add that user into a group, and that group will already have an IAM role that would depict what role the user would have when it added to any application. Okay, so let's go into the Cognito UI. So let's go to this user pool. So I have created one user pool. Okay, so yeah, the prerequisite of this video is to know basics of Cognito. So in order to know the basics of Cognito, I already have a video on my channel where I have explained you the authentication flow and all the CLI commands associated with the Cognito. These are the videos that you can reference before coming to this video. Okay, that would help you to understand this video very clearly. Okay, so now I have the user pool over here. Now in the user pool, I also have a groups. So I have already created two groups, one with the name admin and another with the sub admin. So let's go to the admin group. So as I said, the admin group would have one IAM role, right? So here also you can see that the role I have attached one IAM role to this admin group. Okay, the same would happen also for the sub admin group. So what is this? This admin role is I'll go to the IAM console and you can see that I have given the DynamoDB full access. So what does that mean is when a user been added to this admin group, okay, that user would get access to all the policies that has been added into this group in this role, okay, which mean this one, the Amazon DynamoDB full access. Okay, so this is how the flow is. So I will also go to the sub admin group and I have IAM role, okay, separate IAM role for this group. So let's go to that and see. So I have only given a few API access to this sub admin group so that any user who is coming to the sub admin group will get only a read access. Okay. Okay, so now that we have seen the configuration on the on the Cognito side, we also have to deal with federated identities. So I will quickly go to this console. So here, what you need to do is here in the authentication provider, you have to add the user pool ID and the application ID. Okay, so that is what you can find over here is in the general setting. You can go, you can get the pool ID and you can also get the app client ID that you need to create. Okay, the same I have added over here. Okay, as we are gonna we are only gonna take the user from the Cognito. We are not gonna authenticate user using Amazon, Apple, Facebook, anything like that. So here the authentication provider for us would be only Cognito. Okay, so here this is the important part where we have to choose rule with the rules or from the token. Okay, and we would like to choose role from the token because whenever the user gets into the group, let's say I have one user and I've added that user to a admin group. So that user would get all the rights which is present in the admin group. Okay, because I have an IAM role attached to that group, so he will get that permissions which is present in the IAM role. Okay, so all that permission will be present in the token. Okay, so all the access that we mention in the IAM role will be present in the token. Okay, so that's why I have chosen choose role from the token. Okay, the token here means the ID token, and we will look into that what is that ID token. Okay, and the role resolution, since I have already added as you can see, I have already added one IAM role to this group, so I don't want any role resolution done by the Cognito. I want the role resolution to be denied because I have already mentioned my role over here, so I don't want to get into the default authentication role. I will deny this. Okay, so this was the configuration on the identity pool side. So why I have the identity pool? Because the Cognito is like a database. Okay, it will only add the users into the into this user pool. It's like a database, as I said, and the ID, and we are also uh, creating a connection between a user pool and a identity pool by adding those IDs over here. And why we need to do a connection between these two thing? Because we also need credential of those users. Okay, so using those credential only we can access those APIs of DynamoDB. Okay, so let's say I have given the only read access of DynamoDB. I need some credential so that using that credential I can get access to those read APIs of the DynamoDB. Okay, we'll look into that. What is the role of credential over here? So credentials will be provided by the identity pool. Okay, so that's why I have done a connection between the user pool and the identity pool. So this is the very important part that you need to understand. Okay, so let's start the demo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the user into the user pool. Okay, you can see you will see one user in a short time now, and also I will add that same user into one of the group. Okay, so for doing that, what I have done is I have created one shell script where what I'm doing is I'm getting the input as username, password, and group name. Okay, why group name? Because I want also to add that user into a certain group. Okay, so in our case it could be admin and sub admin. Okay, so this is the CLI command that I'm using to signing up that user. Okay, so I'm also confirming that into a Cognito, and I'm adding user to a group. Okay, as you can see, I have used all the CLI commands in that script so that I don't have to run that individually. It will be running in sequentially. Okay, you can find this CLI command in the documentation, and also I'll provide in the video description. Okay, so what is the step is first it will sign up. Okay, it will get registered into Cognito, then I'm adding user to a group. Okay, then I'm signing in that user. While signing in, I'll get the ID token. So this token I was talking about, this choose role from the token, right? So this ID token would have a certain attributes called claims. So in the claims, I would have all the rights which that user would have. Okay, okay. So I'll get back to this. And there is also there is also a CLI command to get the identity ID, and using that identity ID, I'll uh, get the credentials for that identity ID. Okay, so let's start this thing. I will quickly run the script. Okay, so give me a second. Sorry, my PC got hanged, so have to restart the PC. So okay, so I think we are good now. So what I will do is I will run this shell script in the terminal. So let me run this script.sh. So I will write the name Sarang, password also Sarang, and there is one admin group. I will add Sarang into a admin group. So as you can see the log, I'm getting signing up, I'm getting confirmed in the Cognito, I'm being added to a group. I have now doing signing in, and this is the ID token, and this is the identity ID, and this is the access key secret key. So basically these are the credentials that would we need in order to access any API in the AWS platform. Okay, so what I have done is I had converted this ID token into this keys so that I can access the APIs. Okay, so now what you have saw is I have created a user, I have done the signing up, I have done the registration, I have added the user into a group and signing in, and then created one identity ID. Okay, and then I've created a keys for that. Okay, so you can see in the pool, right? So there was no user. After running those script, I have created this user, and this user would be in the admin group as well, as you can see. Okay, now what I will do is I'll quickly create one more user for subadmin. Okay, I'll go here. Okay, so I will do the same thing. I will run the script. Now I will create a user called devproblems. I will provide the password devproblems, and I will add him in the subadmin group. Okay, this user getting signing up. Now it's been getting registered, getting signing in. Okay, so all this is happening because of this shell script. These are so many CLI command. I have merged this all the command, and it is running sequentially so that I don't have to uh, run this individually. Okay, and we are doing via shell script using AWS CLI. You can also do using the APIs as well, the same thing. Okay, so for APIs, if you want to know, you can check out this video. I have created a video where you can use the APIs to do the same. Okay, so let's go into the users. There is also one user, as you can see, dev problems, and this user would be in a sub-admin group. Okay, so this dev problems will get access to the permissions that has been mentioned in the sub-admin role. Okay, and what access we have in the sub-admin role is only a read access. Okay, so what I will do is I'll go to this terminal. Okay, this is Sarang user who is in the admin group. Okay, so what I will do is I will quickly configure this keys into my local. Okay, so I will copy this thing. Okay, because I want to access the DynamoDB, so that I will configure this keys into my local. Okay, same thing. Okay, now if you can go to this the credential file that we have locally. Okay, I will open this file as well, credentials. Okay, see this two have been added. We also have to add a session token. Okay, so what are these keys, and what does that mean is, if you want to understand, you can watch out this video. This what is IAM assume role, how to assume a role. This video would help you to understand about these keys. Okay, here I also need to add the session token of that user, which I want to control C, control V. Okay, and this credentials would be expired in next 1 hour. Okay, so keep this in mind. These credentials are temporary and has been assumed, so this will be expired within 1 hour. Okay, so this is the admin user. As you can see, Sarang was in admin group, so he has access to all the APIs of the DynamoDB. I will quickly show the role again. So I've added the Amazon DynamoDB full access. So I have also created one table for demonstration name RBAC. And what I will do is I will use this sarang user credential and create one entry in the table. Okay, so what I will do is I have one command. Okay, so I'll copy this, I'll paste this command. Okay, so here you can see, you will see one entry in the table. Just a second, I'll refresh the page. Okay, as you can see, I've done this entry where I have added one UID and the name is dev problems. Okay, I can also scan the table because I have that access given to the admin where I can scan, I can do any sort of API calls to DynamoDB. Okay, I'll get the same as the output. Now let's go to that sub-admin user. Now this user is a sub-admin. Okay, as you can see, dev problems, he has been added to the sub-admin group. So let me configure his IDs into local. Okay, I will quickly add his control. Okay, just a second. Okay, add this thing also. Oh shit. Now I'll go to the file and add the session token. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, this two ID has been updated, so I have to edit the session token. Okay, so now what I will do is since this is a sub admin group user dev problems, he has only access to the read APIs of the DynamoDB. So what I will do first is I will try to read that record. Okay, I'll be able to read. See, I was able to read, but I won't be able to add uh, any entry into database into DynamoDB because I have not given that access. So you will get the access denied exception for this user who is in subadmin group because this user has only read access, no write access. Okay, so I think you got a very understanding of this Cognito group, how you can add different user, add them into a group, and then that group would have a IAM role. That IAM role will have certain access or the API access given to that group users, and you can pretty do all the steps that you can we are doing from using a Spring Security or any Node.js, all those things we are doing, right? But here with the Cognito, it is little different. You have to follow this path if you want to do the fine-grained role-based access control. Okay, so I think this is pretty much. So if I'll also give the script in the video description so that you guys can also do a demo on your local. And so this is the concept: create a group, add the users based on the role they have, add them into a group, and then attach one IAM role, and in that IAM role mention what and all permissions that is required for this group users. Okay, I think you got the idea. Now I also have all other videos or all the other services of AWS explained in the other videos. Let's start from here. So I have Lambda demonstrated here, how to upload the Lambda to the AWS from IntelliJ, how to do a Kinesis data stream. These two videos of Cognito. This is Amazon Textract, how you can extract key value pairs from the document, how you can assume role. This is a Cognito passwordless authentication, and this is all the authorizers which are present on the API gateway, and this is multi-part upload in the S3. And this video recently uploaded where I have explained why not to add RDS into a public subnet, add them into a private subnet. Okay, so I think you got a understanding from this. And there is also one other way that you can do the same flow, give the fine-grained role-based access. The other way is choose role with rules. So if you want, I will create another video for this, how you can do the same thing that we have done from the token, or you can say from the group. The same thing can be done using rules. Okay. So let me know in the comment section if you want to do that video. I'll do that. And yeah, I think that this is it. And thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel.